Hi, Soul Tribe. I'm here today to give you 5 key tips to spirit communication that actually work. It's one thing to go to a medium to connect with a loved one who passed, but it's an entirely different thing to have your own personal experience. And that's why I love to teach you guys tools to help you connect with your loved ones on the other side. I'm Diana Palm, and I've worked with the spirit world for over 30 years, helping thousands learn to hear messages from the other side. And today, I'm giving you 5 powerful, proven tips to help you communicate with the dead, whether you're grieving, awakening spiritually, or ready to activate your mediumship gifts. Tip number 1, start by grounding yourself and calling in protection. Now, this can look like any form of protection based on your own spiritual belief system. If you have a close affiliation with a particular religion, you may want to call on those deities, those saints, those angels, or even a deceased loved one whom you're very close to and whom you trust that's on the other side. Spirit communication opens doors, so be sure to only invite in those that are aligned with the light and with love. When it comes to grounding yourself, this can be achieved in many different ways. Some simple things you can do to ground yourself would be to eat a meal that is grounding. In the psychic realm, we healers and mediums know that there are certain foods that really ground us, while others keep us at a high vibration. Now, grounding won't make you dull. It will actually make you feel more seated inside your body. And this is necessary when you want to communicate with the spirit world. Some grounding foods may be eating like a hamburger or a steak, something that feels a little heavier when you eat it. You can also ground your energy by the types of crystals that you surround yourself with or that you wear, because crystals put off a certain vibration. There are some crystals that are known to help you activate your higher chakras and get a high connection. But in this case, you're going to want to be grounding and really anchoring yourself so that you feel safe in your spirit communication. Grounding is an essential piece that many people forget about. And that's why when you're often talking to psychics or mediums, they may seem a little bit lofty or out there because they're not grounded. Grounding is an essential part of spirit communication and mediumship work. It's equally important to be deeply grounded as it is to be able to elevate your energy. So we want to do both. Smoky quartz is one of my favorite crystals to help really ground my energy and to prepare me for connecting with ancestors on the other side. And don't worry if you don't have smoky quartz or you don't have any other grounding crystals, you could simply hold on to any rock to just help ground your energy before getting started. Many people ground themselves by sitting outside in nature. But it's important that when you do this, you do not want to be interrupted. So be sure you go somewhere where you can sit in stillness, and be sure to turn off that cell phone. You do not want calls or texts coming in. In fact, even the cell phone itself produces radiation that can interfere with your communication to the spirit world. Do your best to reduce any type of interference or distractions. Tip 2, use a spirit invitation. You probably already know who you would like to connect with in the spirit world. So go ahead and say their name out loud. Invite them to come and visit with you just as you would when they were living. You would most likely call them up on the phone and say, hey, you want to come over? You want to get together? There would be an invitation to connect. Well, you're going to want to do this with the spirit world as well. So if your loved one has passed and you'd like to communicate with them, don't just think about them. Invite your loved one by name to come in and communicate. Say your loved one's name and invite them to come forward. Spirits need permission to connect clearly. Make it personal and from the heart. Tip 3, raise your vibration. Now that you're grounded and you've sent out your invitation, it's time to raise your vibration. You can do this in many different ways. You can simply light a candle, listen to happy music, something that helps raise your mood, or you can meditate to raise your frequency. I really like to set out a picture of my loved one or something that they owned to help me tune in with their energy better and just to help set the stage. Spirits communicate through energy. So when you lift yours, it becomes easier for them to reach you. One of my favorite types of music to listen to is called Hemi, and one of my all-time favorites is called Spirit Gathering. I've used this with students for many years to help them really achieve the type of connection they wish to have with their loved ones on the other side. I once had a student that came to work with me, and no matter what she tried, she kept saying that she could not connect with her loved ones on the other side. So I laid her down on a massage table in a private room, and I turned on spirit gathering for her. And when she came out after listening to several songs that use the Hemi sync, which actually activates both hemispheres of your brain, she had her first breakthrough. She came running out of the room with so much excitement and told me that she finally felt, sensed, and intuitively saw her loved ones on the other side. So use all the tools you can to get in the proper frequency and to kind of get out of your own way in order to allow the spirit connection to occur. Connecting with the spirit world is very natural. We just have to slow down our monkey mind and tune into the frequencies in order to perceive our loved ones who are already there. They are already with you and long to connect with you. Which brings us to tip 4, trust the subtle signs. Messages often come in the form of a whisper, a flickering light, a thought, or a song playing at the perfect moment. Don't dismiss what may feel like a coincidence. When you have an intention to connect with your loved one on the other side and to have a more continued relationship with them, know that all the coincidences that are occurring are truly synchronistic events sent from the spirit world for you, to let you know that your loved one is available, that they hear you, and that they are around you. It may take you a little time to get used to it. Oftentimes when I tell my clients what types of things their loved ones in spirit are doing for them, they have to think about it for a little while because they don't notice immediately that all these strange occurrences are actually from their loved one in spirit. When I connect with them and I tell them this has been happening, or this animal showed up, or you've been seeing these numbers, or there's a particular song that you keep hearing, all of a sudden it occurs to them, oh my God, I've been getting signs this whole time. So be sure you do not dismiss those. Make sure that you're noticing your surroundings, which actually increases and heightens your awareness of your environment at all times. Spirit can come through anywhere. Even if you set your intention in the morning, you may get a sign later that afternoon or even when you go to bed that night. So just remain in a state of awareness so that you pick up on the signs that your loved one sends to you. And tip 5, journal the message. I always advise keeping a spirit journal. Writing down what you hear, feel, or sense helps validate the experiences you're having and trains your intuitive channel to open more easily. I always keep an afterlife journal, especially when a loved one passes, because I want to stay in a higher vibration with the reassurance of knowing that my loved one is around and my energy and my atmosphere is a little bit more magical and mystical because my loved one is trying to come through. These types of afterlife connections actually have really helped me from going deep into despair after experiencing a loss, because I'm fine-tuning my focus and my intention on paying attention to all the spiritual signs that are around me. I'm looking right away for proof of the afterlife. I'm looking for evidence that my loved one is visiting and that they're okay. So every time I notice something strange that happens after a loved one passes, I write it down in my journal. This serves you in multiple ways. Not only are you paying attention to the signs they're sending you, this acknowledges your loved one and it lets them know that you want more communication. But also, when it feels like you haven't received signs for a little while, it's very reassuring to go back to your afterlife journal and read about all the wonderful ways that they did come through for you to help lift your mood and reassure you in those low times when you need a little extra support. If you'd like to go a little deeper and develop your mediumship, I have a spiritual academy designed just just for you. I help mediums open to all their spiritual gifts, recognize their signs, and get their crystal clear connection with the other side. And if you're here because you're grieving the loss of a loved one, I have a grief ease app that I made specifically for you. And I actually have a downloadable afterlife journal in there to encourage you to start journaling your afterlife experiences. My app is filled with meditations for healing, for energy reset. There's an afterlife meditation that you're sure to love, as well as 9 spiritual lessons to help you fully understand and complete the soul contracts that you came here to experience with your loved one, up to and including their timing of death. Of course, at any time, you can always reach out to set up a one-on-one private session with me at www.dianapalm.com. All my links will be below this video. And remember, spirit is closer than you think.